taking on MaRin in a 1v1.
Both of them known to be superstars up top. MaRin, unfortunately, has had the worst end of that top lane. Lots of junglers don't really like him.
And for what
like
it's worth,
introduction to the LPL.
SofM doesn't like enemy junglers more than he doesn't like top laners. So there's an opportunity here for MaRin.
I'll tell you what, SofM, I don't think he doesn't like enemy junglers so much as he hates their camps. He
loves their camps.
Raptors don't like SofM. Neither do Krugs. They just disappear from the map when he's on Summoner's Rift. As we're actually going to see Eimy lock in Graves as his jungler of choice, and we're going to get a Rumble game? Yes, we are. Rumble's going to be locked in here for the side of LGD. MaRin getting one of his signature champions.
Yeah, the Rumble is going to be pretty important for MaRin, to be perfectly honest with you. It's this happy medium between I can carry and I'm still a tank. Proto Belt always worth looking at for Rumbles at present. Adding a bit of extra immediate burst and potential disengage for the champion, which as a utility feature is very handy.
As we are actually going to see Kindred locked in on the side of Snake, as well as the Nami pickup that has been resurging in popularity as a support champion.
Oh, it's so good to have you back, PYL.
The talent hover.
As is custom for PYL, I'm actually just a big fan of him in general. I think it's nice to have the shot calling back too.
We're actually going to see Imp play Jhin in this match. We've seen a lot of players pick up Jhin recently, especially in 5.11, not just in LPL. We've seen it in North America, Europe. They picked it up a few times as well.
You know the first thing that came to mind when we saw Jhin locked in? Imagine if you stunned somebody or trapped somebody on a Rumble ultimate.
That would hurt a lot.
Do a bit of damage to you, that's for sure.
PYL is going to follow suit with the combo that is Braum and Rumble to lock in that support champion.
Yep, and again, most played champions in the support role for both of these teams is Braum and Karma. What they have actually done on LGD is deny one, pick the other, which means we're seeing Punish play Karma mid.
That's going to be a very interesting pick. He has played it once. No, he has not played it in this split.
Yeah, and it's
actually Tank that has.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I quite like the Karma mid. A lot of wave clear, a lot of lane control. No one can really bully you around. It's effectively the Orianna of the current patch in what you want to get done. You're just missing a big wombo. You're just relying when it comes to late game on your team doing damage, and that's where the Graves and the Rumble compensate, and even the Jhin to an extent. You actually make tanks out of people that aren't tanks because of the amount that you shield as well.
And Snake are going to lock in Twisted Fate as their final pick to head off to Summoner's Rift for game number 1. Another champion that has not been played in the mid lane by Tank. So we're going to have to see what he can do on this one.
Tank?
In this split, sorry.
Really?
Yep.
He must be banned from him all the time then.
He has not played Twisted Fate this split, summer split of the LPL.
Okay. No, you don't have to pass me the notes, I'll believe you. But Tank is a good Twisted Fate player. We've seen it in the past. I'd have to imagine it's been banned from him a couple of times.
I have to go check those out.
Standout performer, honestly, when he plays TF.
So he's going to get it in this game here. That's going to add to a lot of the pressure that SofM can dish out with this Kindred against Eimy. But he is playing Graves this game. So Eimy might be able to stand his ground with the champion that, you know, clears through the jungle quite healthy and quite safely.
Yeah, and we see a lot of Graves played into Kindred. It's got a decent amount of utility if you save your ultimate for the Kindred ultimate.
Yep.
You can burst them after it tries to heal them. I think that there is, as far as jungle matchups are concerned, the 1v1 is okay, but both players picking not ganking junglers. Usually a worse thing for LGD than it is Snake.
Well, let's see how this matchup's going to pan out as we head into game number 1 between Snake eSports and LGD Gaming. We have loaded onto the Rift for game number 1 between Snake eSports and LGD Gaming. Thank you so much, Observer, for spotting out that the first dragon to spawn in this match is going to be a mountain dragon. As we get a tour around Summoner's Rift, we get to see where the Snake lineup pan out across the map.
Yeah, so the 5-point, the standard defense for most teams in competitive play we'll be seeing right now. And now that we're finally into the game, Flandre up against MaRin is always going to be the first thing that we draw our attention towards. Reason being, tank. Twisted Fate has teleport, can be up there very early and very efficiently. Martin and Jiezou as a bottom lane are enablers as well. They could lane swap, they could rotate, they could force a rumble into a situation he doesn't want to be in.
We take a look at the Keystone Masteries here. That's a lot of Thunderlords, and
Why
that's
is
a
that?
Thunderlords on Imp.
Yeah, it's not a Deathfire touch. And
Yeah.
he has creative license to whatever Keystone Mastery he would like. And I will not criticize him for his decision because he is a better AD carry than I am. But why the heck does he have a Thunderlords?
Do Deathfire touches stack? That might make sense. If they don't stack, Rumble takes one. Imp doesn't need the other.
That's not enough to sell me.
Or he's going to be packing Thunderlords into this game. As Snake actually going to start this matchup with a lane swap. They're going to be sending Martin up into the top lane. Protecting his KDA a little bit longer.
Yeah, and it's not about protecting that KDA either. It's the Sivir type of composition where they want to get these turrets down. Most importantly, Rumble. You don't want to have in standard lanes.
Yep.
So he'll get his 3. And he'll try and stay around, but not knowing where the Nami is means he'll run. Or he won't. You know what?
Okay.
He wants experience from the... No, you know what, MaRin?
You do you, buddy. He's still there. Tell you that.
Eimy's doing his best SofM impersonation here as well. This is really cute with PYL.
Hello, they're going to be able to jump straight on top of him. SofM is forced to flash early, and so is Flandre. That was aggressive from LGD.
Yeah, they take SofM's jungle, the Lords of Cheese.
Welcome back, PYL.
And they've just struck hard into the face of Snake this early in the game. And I quite like that, honestly.
Wow.
MaRin as well is hanging around longer than he should be in this top lane getting experience.
That's big criticism that we give towards Eimy. He doesn't do much in the jungle, just farms out. He's not helping lanes, not doing anything. That's a very proactive play this early into this game.
It's still farming the jungle,
Of
and
course.
PYL is the one enabling that from happening. But that's
Still too flash.
it's still look, it's still a positive sign because what we just saw was PYL controlling Eimy in that jungle position, telling him where to be and when.
On top of that very small detail is the fact that Rumble was able to hit level 2 here. And hello, this is interesting coming in from LGD's top laner. MaRin actually trying to stay up at this top side of the map, whereas POL gets chased out of the jungle. Now he's going to be in a little bit of a trouble spot as there's 5 members strong up at the top side of the map here to try and take down this Rumble. He's going to get dived on. Turret being tanked here by the rest of the Snake lineup. First bite goes on over towards the Sivir. Now they're looking for PYL. He's trying to take down SofM. Will be able to pick up that kill, but that's 3 kills going on over towards the Snake lineup.
Yeah, I don't think I need to express too much what just happened there, but LGD decided they can defend a turret that they can't defend because they don't have a numbers advantage and their mid laner doesn't have teleport. MaRin's back at it again.
What?
They
Okay,
want,
he
oh
does-
no, Flandre's dead, yeah.
He does have punish up there, so Flandre is going to be taken down.
Not sure what Flandre was doing there. Welcome to the League, Pro League. What is this? All right. Let's just take stock of what's happening, Fish, because I can't use England.
Oh, we can take some of where we're at. Snake do have a small advantage from that dive up at the top lane. That was a...
No, okay. MaRin should not have been there.
Yes.
They tried to rotate to keep him alive because the idea was they defend that and they hold the fort. MaRin got a bit of experience from the wave before they crashed and it was delayed. But tank has teleport. Punish does not. And they have a lot of crowd control and early damage with a Kindred Twisted Fate. So realistically, they shouldn't have been there, but they were.
And that feels like it would have gone really heavily in Snake's favor if they backed off early enough. That overcommit.
Yeah, but like the stupidest thing about this whole thing, and that's what makes it good, is that MaRin has farm and Flandre doesn't.
Well, we're not going to see Eimy now jump over the wall here to go on top of Tank. Not going to get that final auto attack off to take him down. Punish forced to use the shield to stay alive from the minions.
Yeah, but Punish lives and Twisted Fate has to recall.
This is still a very proactive Eimy that we're watching in Summoner's Rift here.
This is a constantly moving Eimy, and I do like the iteration of this jungler that we are seeing, even gone for boots early, but just helping Punish to clear now. As we'll see how he continues to move. Flandre has caught up as well.
But we're going to take a look at where things are at now with Snake. They've moved back down towards the bottom side of the map. That's a red buff. On towards Jiezou. the ball support himself. As MaRin has actually gone back to base and picked up a BF sword.
Got a 66 KDA right now, MaRin. Total. Throughout all of his games, and we'll see how that progresses because Imp wants to rain on his parade. SofM's found the way in again.
He's been waiting up on the top side of the map here for quite some time. He's on top of a pink ward.
He's even like, SofM's an invade jungler, but he's camping MaRin.
Well, he's going on top of MaRin here. He's able to slow him down. Here comes Flandre. Well, not going to be able to get the parallel convergence to lock down the Rumble. Gets a little bit of damage down there.
Yeah, and the reason he's up here is because they're not having a great time with Flandre after he died, teleporting back in. So unfortunately for Snake, they do force SOF them there, but it's also a proven strategy that works, is camp the MaRin.
Well, we can take a look at what items have been picked up so far after the initial chaos that we saw. Just a couple of components being picked up by the top laners and mid laners. Lost chapter coming out for the Karma in the mid lane. Another hunting potion coming out in this game. This time we're going to see SofM pick that one up.
It means you can hang around the jungle for longer, get more clears done if you want to sneak in a cheeky gank.
Yep.
It's not a bad strategy, but SofM, of course, a very unique jungler. Has his own pathing that he always sticks to.
Eimy not opting to go for the hunting potion makes sense, being Graves. He's able to knock back those minions quite effectively in the jungle. As, hello SofM, he's making his way down towards the bottom side of the map now.
Yeah, and it's not that he's going to get anything, unless they want a straight dive.
Oh, he's looking for it. He's got a teleport coming into the back lines here.
Oh,
so is Twisted Fate.
Bottom.
This is not going to look for LGD here. Parallel convergence right on top of the turret. They try to go for Nami. MaRin actually taking out the turret. Juggles the aggro quite nicely. Flandre flashes out of the SofM. Picks up the kill. What great turret aggro coming in for Sake.
5 members against 2. They don't get both kills, though, because Imp walks it out. So 1 kill and pressure onto the turret is all they actually secure. Meanwhile, top lane and mid lane, the carries of LGD are farming. And that was honestly not the best case scenario for Snake. I like the initiative, good moves. Very creative play around this map with the Twisted Fate, something that they've always done well.
We're 7 minutes and 45 seconds to this game. We've already seen Snake group up as 5 twice.
Yeah. And welcome to Snake with a Twisted Fate.
Yep, this is...
But LGD is still winning this game simply because their solo laners are getting a lot more farm and experience. So right now, MaRin is ahead of Flandre, and that's not going to change anytime soon. In fact, he's stealing a red buff because he can. Mid lane, there's going to be a slight XP advantage in favor of Punished, and we're past the level 6 point where, funnily enough, between Karma and Twisted Fate, neither of them benefit from level 6. So every level past 6, like 7, is actually a spike for Punished that Tank doesn't have.
Well, Punish has been doing pretty well in this mid lane. He's about 15 CS ahead of Tank right now.
That's actually one of the pitfalls of Karma into Twisted Fate, for the record, is that usually an advantage you get against TF is that you have ultimate presence. So you pick Annie into Twisted Fate as an example, right? You get level 6, you drop Tibbers on him. He can't drop a Tibbers on you. All he can do is see you with an eye above your head. Karma, the exact same problem.
Meanwhile, Jiezou going to get locked down here by PYL, looking to try and find those concussive blows. Eimy going to help the Braum out with clearing the pink ward down the bottom side of the map. And now LGD's turn to look for this 5-man dive. They got a teleport right behind MaRin and Jiezou. And they're getting a heck out of dodge here. The bubble's going to come out. Flash forward for PYL, though. It's going to try and keep them safe. On the hunt being popped by MaRin. And they're able to stay alive here in the bottom lane. Teleport doesn't come out from MaRin up top.
Actually, a 2-for-1 summoner trade. PYL burns both of his. And it's just to zone them away from the turret. A lot of minions are going to start crashing now that they're going to struggle to pick up. So LGD still making movements and still looking better.
Snake being very respectful of that teleport coming in potentially from MaRin. They still have a teleport missing for their top laner.
It is going to be the proto built as well under that rumble.
You did go for the Hextech Gunblade first. Keep tabs on what he does pick up later on in the game. For now, though, no major item pickups coming in. Tank, I think, is the most obvious one. Rushed his Iron Boots of Lucidity. Gets that extra cooldown reduction on his spells and on his summoner spells. Yeah,
teleport and flash. The valuable assets you would expect a Rod of Ages as most Twisted Fates go towards. However, Tank is a unique flower.
He's going for Lichbane first. Something we used to see a lot on Twisted Fate previous seasons.
Yeah, and the rule of thumb is you go for a Sheen first, you want to split push earlier.
Okay.
So 1-3-1, definitely viable from Snake. There's nobody on the side of LGD that can outright match and Twisted Fate. It's also just a really efficient build path for you to get 40% CDR with a zone using Abyssal Scepter now.
Meanwhile, it has begun, and SofM has started his invades. Moving on towards to try and take down the blue buff from LGD's side of the map. He actually might find MaRin as well. Rockets being thrown out towards the jungler.
And MaRin does want to fight him for some reason, showing lots of signs of aggression. Level 7 SOFM. And with Snake's jungle actually having knowledge of where LGD are on the map, that could be a risk, but MaRin just knows that he can't be at his turret or get dove. Twisted Fate within 5 seconds could be top. MaRin's had a tough life in the LPL.
Yep. And he's about to get even worse. SofM is looking towards the top side of the map. MaRin does put down the ultimate there. Kindred taking a lot of damage from the bird coming up, but MaRin, he's going to get taken down here. SofM picks up another kill.
Overheats very quickly, and MaRin just dies. I'm getting pretty used to saying that, unfortunately. Oh my god. That's a Morello's completed from Karma.
That's a lot of damage from the edge.
You're just not used to seeing it because it's a support most of the time?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times. It is not pretty. I don't like playing against those Karma mids.
Yeah, straight up smash the damage there under SofM as you really can't control pens. You have to confiscate them in a minute.
I need to stop dropping this one. I'll keep it over here.
And speaking of dropping it, MaRin has consistently been camped and dropped the ball.
He's got his his proto belt now. So he's going to be able to close distances a little bit better. Gives him all the stats that a Rumble would like.
And so I will say, curiously, whilst we said like Tank's got his defined build, I think Rod of Ages would have been better, but given the matchup he's in, whoa.
Snake trying to collapse on top of LGD here. Eimy getting locked down. Lots of damage being put on towards the jungle. PYL's the next target here. Snake just collapsed and find 2 kills.
Another big collapse. Snake at another advantage. They're now teleporting bottom lane. MaRin, you get no assets on the map.
Here comes Flandre looking to try and lock down this Rumble. They're not stopping. Martin's going to be able to speed him up quite nicely.
Every step you take.
Every move you make.
Yeah, MaRin's got the scope on him constantly. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He's even on a ward. He can't leave.
They've got him in their sights, and Snake now look towards going for the Mountain Dragon, the first elemental dragon of the game. This is going to be picked up uncontested as well. They've got a 3,000 gold lead for themselves, which was what started out to be a very even game, if not proactive game from LGD.
Oh, yeah, like results aside, you have to say LGD is still making moves. And it's always a pleasure to see them do that. Imp's getting farm. He's still just 3 zeros on his score. He's working towards his items.
He's got that Yoma's Ghost Blade, so we'll have to see if he
helps.
goes for the Dust Blade of Drakthar build, or if he goes for something a little bit more conventional, like an Infinity Edge next.
And Ghost Blade's still just a good first option.
Yep.
Regardless of the rest of your build.
Gives you a nice spike in attack damage when you use the passive.
And again, MaRin yet to use his teleport for anything other than getting back to lanes, and I don't blame him given the amount of camp that he always gets. But still, if LGD want to get something done, they need to look for a teleport influence from a Rumble. Work around Drake's, honestly. Be your best avenue of attack. It's a Rumble composition. Something he always excelled at is zone control. Along with Gangplank, champions like that who can place in a set area or amount of damage that...
Fighting in the jungle in the river.
Yeah, enemies want to avoid. So forcing objectives is the best way to utilize a Rumble.
Snake have been the more proactive team for now, as we are going to see where they send their AD carry supports at the moment. For now, Snake sending it up to MaRin and Jiezou up to the top side of the map. LGD just don't quite know where they want to put Imp just yet. He's moving down towards the mid lane for now.
Yeah, I think putting him mid's good.
Come on, Jiezou though, has to use his ultimate straight into the Unbreakable. A good bubble does come out though, stops Eimy. That was impressive.
That was a good bubble. I think Eimy expected the tidal wave to hit him, however, PYL blocked it all.
And SofM is going to get locked down here by Imp. Here comes the Curtical on towards the Vietnamese jungler. He pops down his own Kindred's mark there to try and stay alive. But that's a huge ultimate coming out from MaRin there. They're going to be able to take down Tank as well. LGD get 3 kills from that pick.
And they just get thrown into the LGD team composition gauntlet. Snake have no way to deal with that. SofM has to blow the early lands respite, and that backfire is huge. Jhin's duration on the ultimate is long enough, and Rumble just rocks up at the same time as, I believe, a Karma-empowered Q. And you can just see these health bars. Tank just, like, just watches his team melt in front of his eyes and then realizes that he's zoned from the Rumble ultimate and joins them in the death pit.
That was nasty.
That was absolutely nasty. That was so good.
Well coordinated from LGD. Pulls them straight back into this game. The gold is now dead even.
And we spoke to what was required of LGD.
Yep.
And that was using a Rumble ultimate in a situation where they're forcing either an objective or a choke point, something that favors them properly. They do that, and look what happens.
So now I'd really like to see what Snake are going to do, because we saw them move 5 men top, 5 men bottom. Once they open up the map, they've just been juggling farm back and forth, not so much making those proactive moves anymore. I'd like to see if they have any more tricks up their sleeve with this team composition.
I would imagine they definitely still do.
But there's now a very even game between Snake and LGD.
Yeah, the immediate adaptation as well from Tank. We spoke towards him potentially rushing that Lich Bane, left it at Jhin. Went towards his Abyssal Scepter, which again does give cooldown reduction.
Also helps with the damage coming out from both MaRin and Punished.
Yeah. And so he's going to be slightly tankier. The Zonya's usually the next item unless he wants to finish his Lich Bane. That's entirely up to him as to when. But he's getting enough items now that he can look towards being a split push threat. If he were, though, he'd be dealing with Imp and PYL, or he'd be dealing with MaRin. And I don't favor him in either of those. And so right now, I don't know if Snake actually have availability for anything other than picks.
Well, he's going to need a few more items before he can do just that, but he's jumping straight on top of MaRin here. The ultimate does come down from Rumble. The Equalizer not going to deal any damage. He's going to try and go 2-on-2. There goes that Proto Bell, jumping straight on top of SofM attack. He's going to have to put down the ultimate. No, he doesn't. As Tank is able to find that kill, but that was so close to MaRin.
That was very close. Too close, almost.
Whew.
Remember that Tank has his teleport, as does Flandre, so if they look to go top lane, there'd be 4 of them there. That's 1 teleport. And it's 2.
Tank and Flandre both looking for the flank here onto LG. This is a little bit more proactive from the Snake lineup. Pop stack Ghostblade trying to run back and kite as much as possible. PYL trying to buy some time. Flandre takes a lot of damage. Use the ultimate to stay alive. Imp gets locked down by the bubble. 2 more kills for the Snake lineup.
And there it is. Take out MaRin.
Jiezou, though, going to get locked down here by Punish. Here comes Eimy as well, looking for the flanks. Teleport's actually coming in. MaRin is going to be heading towards the top side of this map. Martin has to be a little bit careful. His KDA's on the line. It might be cut in half here. He's not going to get locked down. Spell Shield actually not going to stop it. MaRin gets taken down. There goes the KDA key. As MaRin is able to use the Proto Bell, jumping in for that kill.
Don't get the names conflicted. MaRin is definitely not dead this time around. Martin, however, halves that KDA. And that is disaster for Snake. But this is still LGD answering every single time. But slowly. They're not there at the crunch time, so the team fights aren't going in their favor. They just result in that after everything is used. They need to start actually being a little bit more proactive. MaRin being dead, however, before that started means this time around, you can forgive them.
This is starting to become a really good game between LGD and Snake. Both teams have their own proactive plays,
it's
and
just
they're
so
reacting
LGD.
to each other nice.
Like, Snake have always wanted to fight you for objectives. They're using a Twisted Fate as that kind of team composition. LGD are not the type of team to just sit there and let you do it.
So I've got the most important question of this game now. LGD, they're the Hammerhead Sharks. What is Snake coming into this?
I don't know, I'll get back to you.
They're proving it again. They're the Hammerhead Sharks coming into this game. They're not stopping.
I can't force it. I need to think about it.
I think Amy's doing the same thing this time round. In fact, very proactive in this Graves. It's been impressive to watch him jungle for this game at least. And LGD now going to look to try and take down their own Mountain Dragon after the first was taken by Snake.
And almost more kills than time on the map at the moment between LGD and Snake. As that may actually just end up true.
MaRin, be a little bit careful, buddy, as you know there's already a target on your back. He does get taken down after Snake collapsed on him in the top lane.
And he was trying to ward. How dare you try and ward, MaRin? There's obviously always 4 there. LGD. Punish will actually one-hit you.
So SofM going to take a lot of damage. Pops down the lens of flight very early there, being afraid of that karma. PYL looking to try and find more. We'll get locked down by the bubble.
The Mantra Q from Punish will kill people.
That was a good spell shield coming out from Marta, but does get locked down by PYL's ultimate. Punish trying to chain him up as well. Amy's up here, and Eimy picks up that kill.
And once again, MaRin dies, but LGD are ready. And this Karma actually doing a lot of work from Punish right now.
Certainly is. It's been a joy to watch in the mid lane.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm pleasantly surprised with what's happening so far. Punished has always been good, and he's getting better with LGD as time goes on.
Yep.
And so credit where it's due to Punished. Everyone from LGD here to play this time around.
Once again, big criticism from LGD was always towards their jungle. Without TBQ, things just looked a little bit lost. Eimy has stepped up this game. Fantastic. He's up against SofM as well, who we thought to be a little bit more aggressive than that. He's not having, frankly, one of his best games here. Still doing well for the Snake lineup.
And he's still going to be a threat, especially with the Baron up now, and it's a reasonably farmed Kindred. 2 big items completed will shred Epic Monster's health bars.
He's looking towards a Phage as his next item.
It could be a Trinity Force, yeah. Or it could just be a Sterix Gauge type of item.
Well, let's see what he does decide to pick up instead.
I mean, those two components build into anything.
Would like to see a Trinity Force on Kindred. He actually went for the Berserker Greaves on the Kindred to get buffed very slightly.
Better than a Wit's End. Trinity Force would be pretty cool. Like 20% CDR.
Yep.
Pretty rad.
Even Imp, he's gone for Berserker Greaves on Jhin. So getting that little bit of extra attack damage from the attack speed. And he's gone for a Maw of Mount Mortius as his second item build, so not a Dustblade of Drakthar.
See, MaRin doesn't even have a ward, but still knows something's up. He doesn't know what's up, but because he's currently 2 and 4, he knows something is.
He can't put down wards because they kill him for that. He can't lane because they kill him for that. We can't do anything. MaRin just understands what his job is right now. This is his life now.
If you look at those minions funny, you die. That's basically what the team should tell MaRin at the moment.
Teams like the overprotective brother over minions.
So let it sink in that nobody's here.
Yep.
But look at the way he's playing.
The Rockets.
Now he knows. He'll take a chance. It's usually where he gets 5-manned. But he's fine. Snake actually looking to get out of this middle lane, honestly. What they should be doing is looking at top and bottom, work on that 1-3-1 with their double teleports that are up.
You see mid lane Punished. He's 1-0-7 with 200 CS, 30 CS ahead of Tank right now. He's got that Rabadon's Death Cap picked up as well as the Morelnomicon. So a lot of ability power for this Karma.
Yeah, and that is a lot of damage that you'll see coming out of him. Of course, if he is caught out of position, he could die quite easily. And that's why he's gone to the Mercury Treads opposed to any Sorcerer's Shoes or Boots of Lucidity.
I can see MaRin looking towards his next item pickup as POL takes a little bit of damage from SofM.
It is a Sterix Gauge for reference.
It's going to be the next item pickup coming in for Kindred. Here's Punished. Oh, that's a lot of damage we put down on towards Martin there. Teleport into the backlights covering MaRin.
Big.
That's a big equalizer coming out. Separates Tank from his team. He's trying to run away. Good bubble does come out from Jiezou to keep him alive. SofM is going to get locked down. PYL should be able to tag him with the Winter's Bite. He's able to hop away. Flandre is here as well, trying to stay alive. There comes the ultimate coming in there. It separates SofM.
Flandre wants to fight.
Does get locked down. Flandre is looking to try and find an avenue of attack. Throws down the Time Winders. Does get locked down by the Karma as well, but they just simply disengage. Tank is teleported back into this fight.
Yeah, Flandre was looking aggressive, and I believe the call was to re-engage, but they can't get back into it. MaRin, in terms of teleports, was not ideal. He hit the right ultimate onto the people disengaging, but he had to run away because SofM's damage is starting to get pretty unreasonable. And everything resets. Finally, we see a team fight where nobody actually just outright dies.
Even Flandre was trying to look to engage it one more time there. So that was good disengage coming from LGD, from Snake, sorry, but it's a worrying sign for them if they have to disengage every single time LGD look at them funny and they don't find a pink before the fight starts.
Yeah, and they didn't find Flandre napping there either. And once again, LGD, they know they fight fire with fire every single time. They're ready for this.
We can also see the item pickups coming in for these two teams. Mentioned Kindred looking towards the Sterix Gauge as his next item. Tank, he's picked up his Lichbane as his second item pickup. Moving towards what could be a Zhonya's Hourglass, possibly for the Twist of Fate.
Yeah, it'll be a Zhonya's. I don't think he'll go Morello's and get 50% CDR. It's the only other item I think that's left. And it builds out of a Fiendish Codex.
Top side of the map, we see MaRin. We see MaRin pick up his Ryze Crystal Scepter on the Rumble. Possibly going to go for a Void Staff to get the extra magic penetration next. Flandre does have some good tank items though.
In this combination, again, we've got Jhin and long range engage. And the reason there is long-range engage is because Jhin can hit a W on somebody.
Q for punish, not going to connect that time round. As SofM being rather aggressive here, takes a lot of damage for it, does get locked down by the Jhin one more time. But Snake, they want to try and fight for this one. PYL does get locked down. Jiezou takes a lot of damage. They do find that first pick though. Kurtzakor is going to be coming out. SofM puts down the Lance for Spy, trying to run away. That's a good snipe that gets straight into. SofM going to flash straight into the bullet as well. A double kill comes out for Imp, showing one more time why he is a god as the AD carry position.
And Imp is absolutely that right now. I'm not even sold that he was aiming for a flash. He was just trying to hit tank with it. Gets himself 2 kills off 2 bullets on that curtain call. Whew. LGD with an Infernal Drake to boot at the back end of this. They put themselves ahead against Snake.
Take us through this one, Rusty. This was an interesting fight.
Yeah, well, Tank actually puts himself into a really deep position and just works out simply because PYL is not tanky. But this is one. Oh, he actually threads the needle. And this one, dodges, then realizes he has to flash. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we call bending the bullet. Now, he should play soccer.
Imp is good.
Get rid of one of the O's in that. Imp is God. Imp is a god. 3-1-3. Armor penetration build. Might be another one of the Duskblades.
Let's see what that is. He does have that BF sword picked up. He's already a huge carry for the LG lineup at the moment. Eimy even stepping up to the plate 4-2-6 with the Yoma's Ghostblade as his second item on Graves.
And LGD actually in control at the moment. They are in the driver's seat. Tank, at this point, should probably look to just continue splitting. They've got Sivir for wave clear, Nami to keep people alive. But we're really yet to see that happen, because every time he tries to disappear, he ults in for a fight. So many kills.
So many kills here on this map. It's 11-12. 23 kills in this 28-minute game. It's been a bloodbath between LGD and Snake. They've been fighting from level 1 after a 5-man turret dive up in the top lane for Snake and then back down to the bottom lane.
Yeah, honestly fighting all over the map, looking for objectives. Scrappy first game here, but now the first real objective focus from LGD has actually come into place. Forcing a TF ultimate simply for vision is a sign.
LGD just going to wait it out. Give Snake some time to recall and regroup.
But it is a sign that there's no vision there. So they don't have to start it, but they could if they want to. And that's what's giving an opportunity right now for LGD. And they've seemingly found nothing.
Kurtzakor just comes out, stops it to get the extra cooldown reduction on the ultimate.
Pretty good engage tool from long range. And we spoke to what is potentially lacking engage from LGD, but their engage tool is damage to the face.
Yep. Look at all their champions. Jhin does that well. So does Karma. So does Braum. So does Graves. So does the Rumble.
It's medium to long range damage.
Yep.
They actually just kill you. And against a Kindred, that's pretty clever. Against an Ekko even, who has 3 seconds of uptime on pressing the parallel convergence, it could be pretty handy as well. Twisted Fate, think about card selection unless he has that gold card ready straight away. Needs to be a little bit careful. Even Sivir, you can only spell shield one thing, and they've got about 10.
And this game is so even. 50,000 gold to both these teams.
3 big items for MaRin as well, so the next team fight is going to be deadly.
He did go for the Void Staff as his final pickup. Eimy tries to snipe away the red buff with the collateral damage. SofM is able to pick that one up though. You can see the Zhonya's Hourglass has been picked up as well by Tank. It's MaRin's being cheeky here, trying to take away blue buff.
This is the second buff that MaRin has soloed. There was a red buff earlier in the game. And still, the man is 2-4. And you cannot hold him down.
Nope.
Because he will still find a way to get gold and get himself back into this game.
He's been getting pretty good at that.
And funnily enough, a lot of it has just been through mistakes from Snake. And they are killing him, but when they're killing him, he's already pushed the wave, got the farm, and is in a comfortable position to die for what it's worth.
Well, you take a look at Flandre as well. He's 2-2-6 with the Rando and Zoma completed Iron Spell, Gauntlet, and Spirit Research. So he's a big tank Very tanky front line for the Snake lineup. SofM just walks into trouble, gets inside of that brush there, has to pop the Lance for Spike, trying to go toe-to-toe here against the top laner, but he's not going to be able to as Eimy is able to pick up that kill. Suddenly teleports are coming in, Tank is into the fight, so is Flandre. They lock down PYL, but the damage dealers are left open. Kurtikal comes out, they find Jiezou, not going to take it with any more bullets here, but they do shut down Tank. MaRin is trying to come into this fight as well. A good ultimate comes out from MaRin as he tries to separate the team. The 3 remaining members of Snake have to run away, and 2 more kills are found by LGD.
And SofM predictably finds a forward position, but looks to fight and gets caught out looking for wards, honestly, above all else. LGD get themselves 2 big picks. Tank and SofM dead. Flandre has to pull off a miracle.
It's a good parallel convergence, but MaRin is taking so much damage from the Baron. They have to run away. They don't have a smite to stop this one. Eimy picks it up.
No,
MaRin taking so much damage from Imp here. The final crit shot might be able to take them down. Gets to the Jiezou. Flashes forward for the next shot. MaRin has to run away. There's a death by a touch.
No,
it's not going to be enough yet. Flandre is going to get taken down in just a bit. It's first. It's going to be punished. That takes down MaRin. Eimy is going to chase down the Time Wonder himself, and she'll be able to pick up this kill, and it's a very delayed ace coming out from LGD.
And Imp has Thunderlords, which is why he didn't get a death by a touch kill. LGD still get the ace in the end, and they're now able to push with a Baron buff and all of the power in the world behind them. Where have you been all my life, LGD, from game number 1?
Oh, don't change him. Don't change. This has been a really good game to watch for LGD's lineup. Very different from what we thought it would go. Eimy has stepped up huge in this game. He's 7-2-6.
I think Eimy is just stepping up, honestly, in the back of PYL.
Yep.
Lots of early communication. Lane swaps, something that LGD always used to excel at. And it's not that their map movements are any good at the moment. They've actually struggled with that a lot, which is what the old LGD were great at.
Also, LGD's team comp suiting them so well in this game. Playing to their strengths quite nicely. Utilizing the Rumble mid really well as well. It is going to be the Duskblade of Draxar that's been picked up by Imp in the bottom lane.
Yeah, so the armor penetration Jhin build means he's the spell weaving damage dealer again. A lot of stylistic changes for this Jhin towards this build. And it feels like it's the competitive version of what is the Misfortune equivalent, that is the solo queue anomaly that we are constantly seeing.
Now Eimy is going to try and take down this Mounted Dragon. He goes on over towards PYL here. It picks up the Mounted Dragon for his team. That's 3 dragons for the LGD lineup. And there's 6,000 gold ahead of Snake now. That's a big deficit to put the Snake lineup in.
It does mean there is a climb to get back to any kind of contesting from Snake here, but 33 minutes into this game, a kill does result in a lot. Now running a Twisted Fate composition with double teleports, only one's available though. But LGD are just kind of securing map control and running over them.
They've got good items to do that as well. We already talked about MaRin. He's got another needlessly large rod picked up for this Rumble. Eimy, meanwhile, has gone back to base and picked up a Bloodthirster. And a Last Whisper coming out for the Graves.
And we spoke to what Snake can do from behind, and we haven't really seen it yet. Well,
nope.
LGD have pushed them to the limits, and SofM keeps getting caught.
Here comes the Kurtikal one more time here. Not going to connect onto anyone just yet. But MaRin takes one to the face. The 4th one is not going to be able to connect onto the back lines, but that's the inhibitor turret falling down. They're on top of Flandre now, who takes a lot of damage from it. SofM is trying to run away. Mantra Q does come out. That's a fine Flandre, but there's minions crashing on towards Snake's base. MaRin takes an auto attack to the face there and going to lose half his health.
They're looking to end the game here. Punished is demolishing their health bars. Look at the damage that Karma's doing.
Karma's been insane in this matchup as SofM going to get jumped on. Lancer Pine has to come down from the Snake jungler. He's trying to get out to the back. There's a very, very short ultimate coming from Tank just to get to the fight. The jungler's been taken down. SofM, he's going to die as Flandre is trying to hold up the rest of LG lineup as much as possible. Punish taking some damage. Flandre is going to get taken down. Imp is going to take him down the backlines. MaRin able to get some work done in return, but it's too little too late. The Nexus turrets are going to fall down. LGD are going to try and storm through the base here. The Nexus is going to be taken down in just a second if they get a few more auto attacks off.
No.
Maybe not. As SofM is not going to be responding yet, but Snake, they're going to be able to get back in there and stop LGD from pushing any more forward.
Yeah, Snake hold the fort just barely. The base, of course, entirely in tatters. Even a big wave pushing topside. Eimy's overstaying a little bit, but the end result, LGD, they are looking so strong right now. They just waltz into the enemy base. It's only the 2 inhibitors taken and say, all of this is now ours. and fight them tooth and nail for it. Punished is just on fire right now.
9,000 gold behind. Snake have to somehow defend with an open Nexus with 2 inhibitors down against LGD. They're desperately trying to shove the waves outside their base, but there's so many massive item pickups coming in for the LG lineup.
Part of me just thinks that MaRin's going to teleport and try and kill the Nexus, but we'll have to see what happens.
He's got a ward.
I think they should 4-man top lane, even 5-man top lane right now, and just look for a teleport. At the very least to have a flank.
Well, they've caught Jiezou here. Not going to get a lockdown, but here comes the Curtical. Not going to find the first shot onto Jiezou. The second connects. The third is 2. There comes the final. It's not going to connect to Jiezou.
And imagine if you had Deathfire touch. Yeah.
The tank now going to teleport into the back line. So looking for a return fight here. PYL getting a jump on. Im takes so much damage. That's a blue card, though, that comes out from Tank. That can't quite lock down Im. MaRin's deep into the back lines. Flandre is trying to deal with him. If is still kept alive here, and Snake have to run away one more time. LGD looking for the second flank.
Yeah, they're definitely still... Wow.
Good collateral damage, able to snipe out SofM. They find a return kill onto MaRin. Eimy is going to hide behind the Braum shield as Ip jumps in front of Braum and finds the kill onto Martin.
And now that is a lot of time with only 3 people remaining. 2 of them in the death chamber.
Slow and
defense
steady.
of this is difficult because the minions are crashing.
This is slow and steady coming out from LGD. They're on top of the inhibitor now. Im trying to do what he can to take this one down.
There's too many minions. I think LGD could honestly just play it slow and look for the end here.
This is all 3 inhibitors being taken down. LGD 4 members strong, charging in towards the base. That's another inhibitor that's going to fall. They're taking this one very slow and steady. Snake have no inhibitors left. They've got no turrets left remaining.
They could have ended the game.
Nexus is going to take a lot of damage, but LGD taking it very, very slowly.
I guess they just withstand with caution. You know what? The victory is more important than how you end it. So, LGD, they can afford to do this. Go back, get your item spikes, look towards a final fight. 3 inhibitors down.
Whew.
The bottom would be the first to spawn, and with 25 seconds till Baron and a minute till Dragon, they can give it one go, and then they can look towards objectives.
Look at Punish's score here, Rusty. 2-0-17 on Karma. Whew. He's been putting in some work for LGD this game. 19 out of the 20 kills for his team as the team fight is going to break out. PYL jumps out forward. He's been caught out by Tank. Puts a lot of damage down towards his gym, but can't quite take him down before he's able to get some shots back. Martin is going to get taken down by the collateral damage coming out from Eimy. SofM gets locked down, forced to use the ultimate tank. He will get taken down in the backlines. Snake are getting obliterated him as LGD slaughter through their lineup and march towards the open Nexus.
And as the Snake members fall in a 39 kill game, in a 38-minute game, LGD put themselves 1-0 up against Snake. Heavy favorite Snake, and they have just been bested. And the door just got slammed shut on them.
And it was looking good for the Snake lineup to start, but LGD reacted to every single play that Snake threw at them and made some proactive plays of their own. Looking very strong in that game.
This is the kind of situation where I look at it and I say, everyone just camps MaRin. But MaRin's been camped so much that he's now understood.